Don't leave the cap off on a rental or an any machine. It can get expensive real quick. I mean, this is already expensive, just me having to come out here and drain the tank. It's not cheap, right? Oopie! Well, that's not good. Look at that. That's straight up water, homie. There's bugs in here. From those on-site fueling guys, you know, they rip these out because it doesn't fill fast enough. This is a rental machine. You can get it at Rent1 USA. Please take care of it. Rent1 is a big sponsor for our videos, a big reason why we're able to do this. So take care of it so that we can keep doing this for you guys. Rent1USA.com for the Americans. Anyways, let's get to it. This machine just came back off rent. Yard guy or the low bed driver, somebody had noticed the fuel cap was left off on it. And we don't know how long it's been off, but a couple of days probably. And the rain that happens here constantly, there's a chance that some water got into the tank. So we're gonna do a drain on the tank. Probably take the pickup line right off, drain that back a little, and then just drain the bottom of the tank. And I'll take a look at the filters here in a second. We'll check the bowl, but we may just swap the filters if water's gotten up to there. So if you look under here inside, there's our fuel tank drain right there. There's a pet caulk under there too, a pet caulk for like the drain, for the pickup lines. So yeah, we'll get started. Shouldn't take too long. I just got a little pan, just cleaning it out. Just a little side note, whenever I'm draining a hydraulic tank or a fuel tank or something, or I want to check, you know, drain the bottom off, I make sure that the pan's actually clean when we start. You know, if any material is in the bottom of the tank, you'll actually see it and you won't be questioning whether it's from your dirty pan or not. You can see if it's from the tank, see if the tank's dirty. So I'm just gonna give my pan a little clean here and go dump it on the ground because it's just brake clean, right? I didn't actually dump it on the ground. I didn't actually dump it on the ground. I'm an environmentalist. He's not here today. He doesn't like working Saturdays. And I'll never let him hear the end of it from me, so. Put a little Zorby in there. These white ones don't soak up water. You dump the fuel in there and the water will soak, or the fuel soaks in, the water doesn't. Oopie! Well, that's not good. Look at that. That's straight up water, homie. And it's kind of stopped now too, which means it probably got some schmeg in there blocking her. Just gonna make sure that our pet caulk isn't closed on the bottom of the tank either. Pretty sure I didn't close that. So we'll get the Blorgon out and give her a little puff of air back into the tank and let her chooch out. Because there's probably a bunch of sediment over the drain. These screens, very important. Make sure you always remove this when you're filling your machine up. Yeah, it fills faster, right? Make sure you drag the nozzle through the mud too before you fill up your machine. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, but I am gonna pull this out so I can take a look in our tank. This is to be done by trained professionals only. How the f does this come apart? You like that? There's a little level gauge. Yeah, and then go throw this in the mud, in the sand, whatever, who cares? It's a screen. And the thing's like empty anyways. Like, they didn't even fill the thing up. I mean, they filled it up with water. But there's no fuel in it hardly, so we'll drain her back. Anyways, come have a look. Yeah, you can't really see from here. If there's actually, you know, you can. I can see it. There's a big dark spot in the bottom of the tank once my eyes adjust. So there's definitely some water in there. We'll blow back the tank and get as much drained out as we can, hopefully. And then we may have to run it a bit and just keep an eye on the separators because the tank isn't completely flat. You'll never get all the water out of it without completely draining it and putting some, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? So fill it up and just stay on top of the water separators. You should be doing that anyways. That should be part of your daily check. Draining your water separators. I mean, just like greasing your machine every day and checking your engine oil, right? Like, I mean, this is equipment. It's not your Honda Civic, right? So it's pays your bills, man. Why wouldn't you take care of it? I'm just gonna put the tip inside the tip here. So just go tip to tip. And she should move out pretty good now. There we go. See all that? Look at that. Yeah, that's pretty much straight diesel coming out. I think we gotta move our machine around a little bit to get the water out of there. But you can see this, there's already quite a bit we got out of it. Water, diesel. You can see the difference, right? Why is it brown? Because it's starting to rust probably, and it's all scungy, and I mean you can see some sediment in there, so wherever the water sits it's gonna rust, right? So if it's sitting at the bottom of the tank and the bottom of your tank's always wet, then the bottom of your tank starts to rust, and then it starts to flake, and then those flakes go in your pickup and they go into your filters, and then your filters to your pump and all that. So sometimes a little bit of preventative, you know, drain your water separators, that kind of stuff saves you some money in the long run. I mean, we all got stories about that kind of stuff as mechanics. We always come across these situations where, you know, a little bit of preventative maintenance and kind of foresight or whatever you want to call it could have saved somebody some headache. That smells like just diesel coming out, but oh, a little water came out of there. Yeah, this is your water separator. There's bugs in here. Keep your screen in. Jeez, like, I mean, I know I'm got it out now for inspection, but keep your screen in when you're fueling up. You don't know how many times we've had like muddy tanks and like plugged filters from those on-site fueling guys. You know, they rip these out because it doesn't fill fast enough. Take the extra couple of minutes to fill it a little slower. I don't know, whatever. They're not paying for the repair, so they don't care, right? That's kind of how things go. It's not coming out of their pockets, so we'll go drop this back in the tank, and we'll maybe give her a little wiggle and see if we can get more of that drained back. And we may even take the pickup line off the tank too, because it picks off a different spot in the tank, and then we can get another area of the tank drained out, right? Because I was kind of saying before, but I lost my thought train. I'm losing it again. Hold on, give me a sec. Oh yeah, we're trying to drain a flat pan, right? And the water's all over. So if you look in there, it's not perfectly flat, so it's hard to get all the water out sometimes. So you got to drain quite a bit of fuel out, and then, you know, a little pocket of water might kind of flow over to the drain and fall out, and the water's heavier than fuel, so it'll always be on the bottom, but it'll always find the lowest point of the tank. And these tanks aren't dead flat, you know, they're sheet metal and they have little wobbles in them. So when you're trying to drain a tank back, you know, move the machine around a little bit, give it a little bit of a up and a down, you know, and try to work it around so that hopefully the water goes to the lowest point, and that's where the drain is, hopefully. So we'll do that right now. We'll fire it up, and we'll kind of give her a little up and down with the bucket and push the machine up, you know, and try to get it all pool into the back here. All right. Okay, you guys, it sounds good. I like it. I'm starting. All right, so we've gone on a bit of an angle for the dangle, and we're gonna see. Oh, a little more actually just came out. A little spitty. So it's a drinking fountain. Yeah, a little more buck out of her. I think we may have gotten lucky with this too, at least, because I mean, we got a good amount of water out. There's maybe like half a liter-ish, maybe less than that. That's still too much, and still don't leave your caps off, because, you know, if this machine sat for a couple of weeks or a week, and you know, we've had some pretty nasty rainy days there, you know, it doesn't. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, like if you left a cup out this big around, look how much water would collect in it, right? Or the opening of the tank there, It's about that big. So how much water are you going to get in that little hole over the course of a few days? You'll get a lot more than you think. That's a pretty little hole. Anyways, back to reality. Yeah, there is water in the tank, or there is water in our pan here. So we drained some out. It's expensive, man. It costs money just for me to come out here and have to drain this tank, right? Maybe a little comes out, maybe a lot comes out. We still got to check and we got to do our due diligence because we're not going to be running a machine that has the potential for water damage or soaked filters. I mean, at the best case scenario, you know, we sent this out on site and it runs up and the filters get plugged and it just shuts off. You know, worst case scenario, we're looking at water damage in our injection pump. Injection pumps don't like running on water. There's no lubrication in water. So the fuel is what lubricates it. And if you're running straight water through there, we can have catastrophic failures, and that gets expensive really fast. So check your caps. Do you really want to take those chances? When you're returning a machine, make sure you check all the caps, you know, doors latched, that kind of stuff. You don't want doors flying open. You don't want caps flying off on the highway. You know, in transport, it's up to you to make sure that everything is closed and locked. Nothing's hanging out. Yeah. Grease your machine. Do your dailies. This is all part of your daily checks, and as an operator, that's your responsibility to be doing this kind of stuff. So what next? Well, we moved the machine once. We'll maybe move it one more time here. I might lean it a little more this time and see. Yeah, well, last time we'll crack her open and see if any more wah-wah comes out. Not really. Oh, a little bit there. You see the milky?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a little more water coming out. We will put a recommendation in to fill the tank. Keep on top of the water separators. We'll have to make sure the operators are checking the water separators continuously. And we'll just go from there. If we're seeing more water in the separators, then maybe we'll try cracking the drain again a few times. But otherwise, I think we've got about all the water that we can out of this system, out of the tank. The other thing you can do if you have moisture in the system, like moisture in your hydraulic tank or fuel tank, this is more like a, you get like condensation and stuff, a lot of that. This is more for the mechanics out there, so. Hey, what's up, mother? So whatever I was gonna tell you guys, all that useful information I was just about to drop for just anybody to have, too bad. That's a network only thing. Get the fucking boomer glasses off.
Why? They look sweet.
Internal training for people in our network. That's a good way of getting moisture out. The other thing we can do, fuck's sakes, man. This shit I deal with all fucking day. If you got questions about it, you know, there's a link in the description for, you know, you can fill out a contact form or whatever. Yeah, you can ask me questions about it if you're not sure. Join our network. Come along with me. Let's go. Get in the fucking truck. Yeah, we're gonna change the filters on this. Get a new water separator, a new primary filter. We'll just change them both. Anyways, even though we drained it, we don't know how much water might be in the filter, soaked into it. That's what you do when a client leaves their cap off on the fuel tank. Yeah, take care of it, you know. I know there's the whole joke about treat it like a rental and treat it like your own if it's a rental. It's making you money, so take care of the machine, because it will cost you money afterwards if you don't. You know, you're putting the hours on it, you're paying for that rental time, treat it like your own. If you don't take care of it, it ends up costing you money to repair it. And the machine's got to come back in the same condition as it left, essentially, you know, minus the hours that you use. Everything else, you should be greasing it, checking your track tension, checking your water separator, keeping your fuel cap on, all that stuff, like it was your own. Rent1 is a big sponsor for our videos, a big reason why we're able to do this. So take care of it so that we can keep doing this for you guys. Rent1USA.com for the Americans. Fortis HD for all your machine parts. Okay, I got it. Carson, shut the f up. Don't say anything, because you throw me off when I'm I'm on a roll saying something, and then you chime in something, and now I forgot. Fuck.
Hey, that's your own fault. You
Shut up. Get out of the truck. Walk.